Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper&Twine and welcome. Today we are going to attempt to do our next page for our Woolly Steph Art Club journal. So Woolly Steph has had to step back from doing the art club for a little while. And I've taken it over. We're calling it the Woolly Steph Art Club. The prompt is pulled. Oh dear, my nails are rubbish. The prompt is pulled on the 20th of every month, and last month it was places stroke spaces. The first month was moon and stars. So I'm going to have an attempt today to make something. And actually, do you know, I've planned it in my head, but I didn't realise that I've already done something quite similar. So my places and spaces is kind of woodland, forest, outdoorsy nature, okay? I have cut a piece of watercolour card. No, it's not watercolour card, it's super smooth card at about 4 inches square. I have got a load of inks, Distress Oxide inks, in blues and greens. And we're going to just have a little play. Now, instead of doing my thing with an acrylic block, which you've seen me do quite often, I either do little speckles, or on this one, I swiped an acrylic block with the ink and sprayed it with lots of water and pressed it down, and you get, where the colours meet, you get different effects. But we're going to have a go at doing a little watercolour scene. So the first thing I'm going to do is swipe. I think we're going to go with mowed lawn. I've got some on my mat here. Let's just move over this way a bit so you can see a bit better. I'm going to spritz this with a bit of water to activate it, and I'm going to spritz my super smooth card with water as well. I've got a lovely big brush here, and I'm just going to, actually, do you know, I don't think that this is decent card. Look how it's gone funny. I might have to cut another piece. Yes, I don't like that. I'm going to cut another piece. Bear with. That's a good start, isn't it? I'm back. I've cut myself a piece of this. I'd forgotten I'd got this. I just bought this from Hazel the last time I went paper crafting. Media Artist card, off-white, 300 GSM, 30 sheets for £5. And it's got a slight texture to it, like a proper watercolour card. So we'll have a little go with this. So I'm going to come in with a bit more mowed lawn on my mat now. And we'll spritz my page again. And just a little bit of that, because I want to have a little bit of depth of colour. Oh, look how beautiful that colour is. Then I'm going to do a little bit more like so. This is me trying to be arty. I've got some water here. I'm going to clean my brush. I'm going to dip this in here because I don't think I want any more green on my thing. This will come in for something, but yes, I don't know what paper that was. I think that's Hobbycraft cheap stuff. Yes. I'll move that out of the way and give this a little wipe. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit of salty ocean for the sky. No, I'm not. I'm going to do tumbled glass. Tumbled glass I'm going to do. There we go. I'm going to spray my paper again and just add a little bit of water to that. Make sure my brush is nice and wet, and just add, ooh, very subtle blue. Might go direct to some dry tumbled glass. Now I've got a little bit of a wash down there. There we go, a bit more of that. Might put a little tiny bit of salty ocean on my mat, just for a little bit of depth of colour. And just blend that in there. Very, very subtle. There we go. Right, I don't think I need that big brush again, so we'll just move it over there, give this a dry, and I'm sorry, I'm going to heat up with this now. And that has held up very well to that little bit of wetness we've put on there. I'm just going to get my stamp platform. So I'm going to be doing a lot of stamping. I've seen Martha Makes Art. I've seen her response to this prompt, and she's been very arty, but I'm not arty. So yes, now I've got a whole load of Lavinia stuff here. It won't surprise you. I thought I'd use this hair. Haven't used him for a long time. What's he called? Max. And maybe a little bird as well. I don't know. Just cut that off. But I want to do some foliage and some trees. So I'm aware that I used this stamp last time. Oh, before I do that, I'm going to do a little bit of gentle stenciling. I have a brush here, and I have a Lavinia stencil. I've got this one, which is kind of like cobbled, like cobblestones or pebbles. In fact, I think it might actually be called pebbles. Yes, it is. And I'm just going to have a little bit down here, and I'm not even adding any ink to my blending brush. There we go. Can you see how subtle that is? Might want slightly more. I don't mind if I come into my white space a little bit, actually. There we go. Just very, very, very subtle in the background. There we go. Lid on that. Don't think I want to do any more stenciling. So I'll move that out of the way. I might want this green though. Okay, so I'm ready now to use my stamp platform, and I'm going to put my branch in the other orientation to how I've got it on the first page that we did. And I might not get all of it in because I want to hang some things off. Right, here we go. So I kind of want it like this, I think. I'm going to move this up my page a little bit. No, I'm going to move it down my page. That would be more sensible, Ashley. I'm feeling really inspired to create at the moment. I don't know whether it's kind of changing the clocks or what. I don't know, but I think I've got my mojo back a little bit. Right, here we go. I'm going to do this in black. I think I do need to get myself that Scorched Timber new colourway of ink. Right, and the beauty of using the stamp platform is that if I mess it up, I can re-stamp. So there we go, that's going to go there, like so. Do you know what I might do with the hair? I might ink him and fussy cut him. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not. Right, let's take you off. I love that. Can you see the kind of delicateness of the sky. And if I want to, I can always come in and blend a bit more blue. And I can see that I had the stamp position just slightly in from the edge of my page, but that doesn't really matter. I don't need you anymore. This is such a versatile stamp. I use this all the time. And you can see that, although it's the same stamp as what I've got on, just looking for the backing sheet. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Although it's the same stamp as what I've used on this page, because I've orientated it differently and stamped a different bit of it, it looks like a completely different beast, doesn't it? Let's just move that out of the way. Right, you going in your packet over here, as we're trying to kind of keep tidy as we go. Now, do I want to stamp some foliage before I use the hair? I think we probably do. I'm going to use a combination of blocks and my stamp platform. This is the meadow grass, which is my all-time favourite. We're going to use Rustic Wilderness. Definitely don't want Twisted Citron. I got it out because I thought I might want it, but I don't want it. Okay, so we're going to have you coming up here like this, off the page and down. Look at that green against a very, very pale blue. Love it. And then we're going to have a bit more here, a bit more here. There we go. And think, just to have a little bit of tone on tone, we're going to do one in Rustic Wilderness in the middle. And again, we'll just stamp off some different generations of it, just to make it look a little bit more natural. Okay, that's you done for now, little meadow grass. Love you, love you. Okay, then I want some flowers. I should have probably got one of my purples. I will just quickly go and get one. Talk amongst yourselves in the back row. I've got Villainous Potion and Seedless Preserves. There we go. Right. So I want some more flowers and I want some more grass and I want to hang some things down from my tree. I don't think I've used this very often, this one. But I've got one of my favourite flower stamps from Lavinia ready to go. I think we will do some of these little ones first. Love that. We'll have you. Am I going to do it in? Now, I think I'm going to ink this up here, like so. This was going to be a really quick one, but it isn't. I think we're going to have this in Seedless Preserves. There we go. Just to add a little bit of colour. And I can see that I don't want that bit there, so I'm just going to wipe that off. So it's kind of like a little fairy woodland. Now I did splodge a little bit there, but never mind, it's okay. It's okay, all is not lost. Do I want another one of these? I do like this, so I think we're going to do you. In Villainous Potion, but I'm not going to ink the whole thing. So I can see where my ink is. I'm going to pop you there. And the second generation here. There we go. That's nice. I'm liking that. Don't want anything else dangling off my tree, I don't think, unless we want that heart again. Put it on the block this time. And where are you, Seedless Preserves? Here you are. Okay, now I don't want all of you. There we go. Have you, like so. And I did miss a little bit there. Never mind, never mind. We will go in with this little fine liner I've got here. It's not the same colour, but it doesn't matter. And just draw a little line there, and you would hardly notice. And what I can do to fill in that little gap, I should really clean these before I put them away. I can swipe a little bit of the Seedless Preserves on my mat and just go in with a very fine paintbrush, if I have such a thing, which I do. Just a little bit of water there. Just to fill that in, because this paper is a little bit textured. There we go. That's all right. Can you see? Right. I need another piece of kitchen roll in a minute. I'll pop you back in there. We can wipe that little bit of Seedless Preserves up because we don't want that. Now, this is one of my favourite little flowers from the foliage set. I love this little kind of delphinium or whatever it is. And let's pop you on a block. Should I try you on this one? Yes, you're perfect. And we're just going to add a little bit of colour. So I'm going to try and do the flowers in Seedless Preserves, and then the foliage in Rustic Wilderness. And we're going to try and do several inkings of this. So I'd like you there, and I'm just pressing down so that the ink makes contact with the paper. And again, also it's a textured paper, so I do need to work a little bit harder. Oh, that's quite sweet. And I don't mind about this little bit because I can go in with my blending tool and a mask that I've got. I think that's all I want of that. And then I think I'll have some of this with the Seedless Preserves. And then I'm going to stamp my hair. Oh, nearly put that on the wrong one. Actually, that would have been a disaster, wouldn't it? Okay. Now I know that my hair is going to go there, so there's no point adding anything there, but we'll have you and you and a bit of you there. Okay, now I'm going to position my hair, the lovely Max, and I'm going to use my stamp platform for this. Having such fun. I hope you guys are enjoying this and finding some value in this. Now, I want you like that there, so you're almost at the edge of the page. And I'm going to stamp him in black. And because I'm using my stamp platform with sticky grid, this sticky grid is the best thing ever. I think it's from Sizzix. Because I'm using my stamp platform, if I don't get a complete coverage, I can either stamp again or I can fill in with a bit of a black Sharpie. I'm just going to press down a bit harder there. Somebody said it was like me doing CPR when I did this. I'm going to have one more go. The blue colour is so delicate. So delicate. Oh. Let's just, where's my kitchen roll? Let's get that bit cleaned up. And then it's just about there that we want that. Perfect. Now, let's just lift this up. I'm going to stamp Max just on here to get the excess ink off and put him in his little packet. And then we're going to do two things. We're going to do a little bit of blending with a mask, and I've got the Acetate Hills mask, which I've never used before. I bought it at Christmas when the lovely Kathess gave me a gift voucher, and I spent it on a gel plate, which I still need to use. Right, now then, because I don't want to mess this up, I am going to put this back in my stamp platform on my sticky grid. And I've got the little birds, if I can find them. But I don't know whether to do my blending with my masks first. Let's have a little look and see what we think. Gosh, I've been going over 20 minutes. Right, so we've got this. We kind of want to ground him this way, I think. And let's get my green, or a brush with a green. Here we go. Need to get another one, really. Let's move it along this way a little bit. Maybe you're not the right one to use. That's definitely too big. I think this one might be better. So I don't know how much these were. They're quite reasonable. Ah, that's what we want, just that one. But you get 4. And obviously they're reusable because they're made out of some kind of clear plastic. Are they acetate? They're kind of a very, very thick acetate. But this is what we want here. But we're going to turn it this way. And I will take you out of there now. So I don't want to get ink all over my sticky grid. We'll come back on this. And we're just catching the hare's foot there. And I'm just blending a bit to soften where the harsh line of that is. And we're going to do the same here. Just to soften those harsh lines a little bit where we had those foliages. I quite like that. Got a little bit of ink on Max's bottom there, but never mind. Now here is this gorgeous little birds set. And is it called Little Birds? Or yeah, Bird Collection. I think he's too big, but I think he's just perfect. And we're going to sit him just there. And then we can have a look and see whether we want to add any more foliage or whether less is more. Okay, wish me luck, being brave, not using my stamp platform. Just making sure that it's really well inked up. Can you see how shiny it is? And then I want him just kind of here, like so. There he is. Now, I'm not happy with this little line here, so I'm going to try and soften it with a bit of water from my water brush. So I'm just going to drag out the colour a little bit. There we go. Now, do we want any more, or are we happy with it? I think I am just going to come in with, because we've got these little whimsical things here, I've got these little whimsical things. They're called flower pods, and there's a bit of grass. So we'll have a couple of those dotted about. And then I'm going to do a little bit more grass. Either with my meadow grass or with the grass from this particular foliage set. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use this. It's a sign of a good session, isn't it, when you've got all inky. Now, you see, the problem with using oxide and water is that you do get that oxidisation effect, which you might not want. So I've got a bit of mowed lawn here, which is going to... And this leaf is the same as the bottom of one of the flowers that I used. Oh, that's quite nice that oxide has gone over the black. So we'll try that again. So it looks as if little Max is in amongst the grass. A bit more here. And then I'm going to do a little bit of rustic wilderness. And we might find a Timmy Holtz clipping and call it a day. Yes, I'm going to, oh, just one there. There we go. Do I want a Timmy Holtz clipping? I think there needs to be something that says about the relationship between this hare and this bird. Right, so let's have a little look. You see, I've used a lot of these. Lucky him a bit. There seemed no more to say. Perfect. I'm going to put that down here. Actually, I'm going to put it there so it looks as if the bird is standing on that. And stenciling is pretty much gone now, but we know it's there underneath. And I hope that you like what I've made. Please do comment. Let me know where you're from. Let me know whether you've joined in. Don't forget to use the hashtag and you can see what everybody has made. I'm sorry it's been a bit of a long process video, but I know that some of you do like them. And if you're not subscribed, I'd love it if you joined my little Paper and Twine family. Do take care and I'll be back very soon. Bye now.